Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome to the fortnightly Q&A. Really bad puns for titles. Yay! Yeah, right, so those of you who are Patreon subscribers who have subscribed and stuff, you'll see this immediately, and everyone else who is probably watching this, because I'm speaking in the present, whenever you're playing this, you will see a week later, so don't worry, there's no exclusive content. Right, so, questions. Are you still going to do World War K? Yes, there is an episode coming. I was waiting for destructible buildings. I need to figure out how I'm going to do it. There will be an episode coming, which will be out sometime. It won't be soon, put it that way. There are so many things happening. Beyond Earth is coming out this week. A Long War 14 came out this week. Art War is coming out 30th of October. So yeah, there's a lot of things happening. And by this week, if you're watching this, not this week, I mean last week, or possibly later. What is your favourite of all time and why? I assume you mean game? What is your favourite of all time? Yeah, I assume you mean game. Well, I'm going to assume it means game. Yeah, sure. My favourite game of all time? I have no idea. Like, okay. Games are for different moods. Like clothes are for different situations. That's not the best of analogies, but you get the idea. Games that I've played most, I'll be honest, probably Minecraft is number one. I've played a lot of Minecraft and I've played it in a number of different mods over a number of different years, on a number of different servers with a number of different friends. So yeah, Minecraft is probably the most played. I'm not sure if my favourite. EU4, that is definitely one of my most played. Not sure if my favourite either. XCOM, and Enemy Within, and that's one of my most played. And Mountain Blade with mods, because without mods, I wouldn't say Mountain Blade because it lacks without mods, right? It's too broken without mods. It needs mods to fix it. It's really great, especially with mods, but I can't say it's my favourite. EU4 is really good fun. I do enjoy EU4. XCOM, again, it was a little bit broke when it came out. Firaxis, day one, not best of quality. Really great game, but there are a number of issues with it. I love Long War for fixing those, and I love Long War for changing the strategy elements out, so I wouldn't say it's my favourite. I don't know. If we're talking favourite, it doesn't need to be most played or most enjoyable, it's just something that I don't know, maybe even something like Mini Metro would be up there. I mean, come on, that's in early access, but it's just got such a beautiful art style, and it's just so simple. Yeah, it's got a really good vibe to it. I don't know. I honestly really don't know, and I hate giving these answers like, you ask me a question, and my answer is, I don't know! Because I don't know what my favourite is. If I went for favourite rather than most played, or most enjoyable, or, you know, whatever, I'd probably go something with more quality rather than quantity. So something like Mini Metro would be fairly high up there, despite the fact that's early access. RimWorld is definitely really good, but that's good because it's also developing all the time. It's not really at the point yet where it's amazing. But it's great for an early access game, don't get me wrong. Minecraft is probably really high up there, even though I'm like, you know, I'm not a Minecraft channel, and Minecraft is kind of gone, but Minecraft was kind of good. Is there anything else? Am I missing something? Is there a game that's really old? GoldenEye for the N64 wasn't bad, if we go all the way back. Pretty good game. You know, that was in the day where you'd have cheat codes rather than paying money to unlock weapons. You know, you'd have to put in some cheat code and you'd be invincible, or you'd have all weapons. All weapons are amazing, especially in GoldenEye, like the 140 weapons or something. I mean, half of them were like dual whatever, so you could have dual rocket launchers or dual throwing knives. It's great fun. I don't know. I really suck at these questions, don't I? Next question. Are there any YouTubers that you recommend? Yeah, pretty much anything by the Vlogbrothers. SciShow, Crash Course, all that sort of stuff. I use it to try and keep my brain not so bleg and dead and old. Because, alright, they do basically, SciShow is like, you know, teaches science really quickly in short YouTube videos, and Crash Course does that with a number of different things. So SciShow might do psychology, etc., or biochemistry or whatever, and Crash Course might do history, etc. And they're really good for getting a nice, fairly good feel of all the different topics. What else is there? Nerdcube's pretty good. I like his stuff, I like his views. He also seemed to have a kind of similar background to me, but a lot more popular and a lot better stuff, whereas my stuff is mostly different and less play because it's bad? I don't. But yeah, I like Nerdcube stuff, I like his opinions. He always cracks me up. What else? What other YouTubers do I watch regularly? There are a few. I can't think. Those are good ones though. So there you go, you've got Nerdcube Gaming, although everyone knows Nerdcube, and then you've got some education-y ones, which I would definitely recommend. Is there any small YouTubers, I wonder? Can I think of any small YouTubers? Well, this guy called Harv, he's a really small YouTuber. I probably don't, yeah, Hot Gaming, oh yeah. Danny's really good. I mean, everyone probably knows Danny. Danny2462, I think is his number. I always forget his number. But yeah, you probably know him. If you don't, then he makes hilarious shorts of bugs in games. He's done mostly KSP. Here's one video on XCOM. I love his stuff. It's absolutely hilarious. He finds ways to break games in new and fantastic ways every time. And he's got a really good sense of humour. What else? Right. What made you first start creating YouTube content? It was about a year and a half ago. Well, a year and like a third ago? Year and a third. And I was doing some contract work. And I was like, okay, I feel like I need something to do. And I'd found this new game called KSP like 6 months before or something. I was like, you know, I love this game. Maybe I could do some sort of... I wanted to cross sort of the education-y stuff with some sort of military-ish stuff, along with a slight bit of storyline, but mostly sort of progressive, dynamic rather than scripted. So the very early concept of World War K was education. I would teach you mostly about military or engineering stuff to do with like aircraft or whatever. And then there would be this sort of dynamic campaign in that if we succeeded in building and doing a mission, that would affect this campaign and we'd start doing better, or they'd start doing better, and it would influence how the whole thing went. That kind of changed over time to become a lot more scripty, although the script was still dynamic, but it was a lot more set in or presented as such rather than being just gameplay, but gameplay that affected this overall arc. Partly I think that's what killed World War K, is the fact that I ended up doing that. I mean, people both like both systems, actually. I did a poll a while ago on Twitter, and people like both systems, but I think that doing the more scripty stuff was more time-consuming, more fiddly, and just didn't come out as well. I mean, it hasn't got as many views. So that's part of what killed it, I think, for me. But yeah, no, that's really what it was. I was like, I like doing education stuff, I like doing outreach stuff. It's part of the reason why I've got some education videos on my channel, and will probably want to do more when I get time. But I like doing that. I like education-y stuff, and I like that sort of stuff. And that's why I wanted to combine it in a game, and I was like, this is why I love Kerbal Space Program, because it actually is sort of education-y. It's kind of really cool in that regard. What else? What kind of speech? Yeah, so the reason I did it, did I actually say? The reason I did it was I was a bit bored, and I was like, you know what, I fancy trying this out. And I missed video editing, because I played around video editing and special effects and stuff for a while, so there you go. Gave me something to do while I was at home after doing contracty work. What kind of species of cat is Socks? And will there be cake? That's 2 questions. Firstly, no idea. I think mongrel, because she's not a pure-blood anything. And to be honest, that's kind of like cat supremacist. It's like, well, I have 100% pure blood. You don't go, oh, I'm 100% pure blood Frenchman or Englishman or whatever. Actually, some people do. They're weird. But no, I don't really care about the cat that much in terms of ancestry, because, you know, I'm a multicultural cat lover person. I do not care what their genetic makeup is, other than obvious things like having genetic... I don't know. But no, she's a mongrel, as far as I know, and she's probably a fairly generic mongrel at that. Meow. Meow. See if I can get her to come over. Meow. Meow. Ah, meow. There she is. You can't see her because she's right below the camera. Like, actually, literally right below it. Let's see if I can get her to come up here. Meow. 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 This is me speaking cat. I'm slowly learning cat. It's an ongoing process. Oh, yeah. Ah, you cute kitty. Okay, she really wants to run away, so I'll let her run away. She's so big now. Yeah. Yeah, and will there be cake? But there is tea. No, there may be. There will be cake in about a weekish, maybe. Depends if I have cake for my birthday. Roughly a week, I think. Or if you're watching this a week later, roughly now. Or if you're watching this at any other time, sometime in the past. Poorly made tea. Incidentally, that question was asked by GLaDOS. And my mug is a Space Odyssey reference mug that I made. Really poor design skills. What's next? My favourite type of tea and how do you take it? Well, I normally get the cup and I bring it to my mouth, or a mug, mug, and then I go like that. And then you have to make sure it goes down the right tube, because getting tea in your lungs is always a bad idea. Favourite type of tea? Honestly, I just tend to, again, favourite... Oh no, the favourite. Like, I really suck at favourite questions. Yorkshire? Yorkshire tea. Oh, Yorkshire tea. That's not a Yorkshire accent. You can't have a tea if you've got Yorkshire, because they just put like an apostrophe. Like, that's the impression of a tea. But no. Yorkshire tea is just what I have because it's okay and it's fairly cheap. Occasionally I'll have some fancy tea or whatever. That's like, tends to be a rarity. Rarity. I'm so funny. But yeah, no, I mostly just drink Yorkshire tea because I'm not a massive fan of fancy things. Like, I just want tea. I love Yorkshire tea. What are you studying, or have you studied, and what you're attending, or have you attended in terms of secondary school? Okay, so, secondary school stuff. Let me remember this. Oh, that time ago. I will convert it into just ages so that anyone outside of the UK's grading system can understand. 14 to 16 is GCSE, and I studied, in addition to all the main things, which are like maths and all the separate sciences. We did separate sciences rather than combined. I also chose to do history, German, mein Deutsch ist nicht so gut. What else? What else did I choose to do? IT, and there's another one in there somewhere. There's another one in there. But yeah, it was like, those were my options, and then of course you did maths and you did PE or whatever the other ones were for GCSE. English Lit, because those are two separate ones for us as well. Yeah. And then for A-level, which was like 16 to 18, well, AS and A-level, AS being like half an A-level, I did maths, further maths, physics. I did a little bit of media studies but didn't finish it. And by the way, don't ever take media studies, it absolutely ruins you. You just see a film and you're like, well, I see what they're trying to do here, and you just deconstruct it in your head and then you're like, wait, I'm not enjoying the film. For the same reason, don't become a YouTuber. And what else? I did geography. So I did like physics and maths and geography. Predictably enough, I then went to university to do physics, and predictably enough, I didn't do physics at university, despite going. Long story. Yeah. That was a while ago. I'm getting old now. Don't remind me of that one. Anyway, that's all the questions I have. Yes, questions are asked by people at a certain tier on the Patreon thing. So, thank you very much for asking, guys, and thank you very much for supporting, and thank you very much for everyone for watching, including everyone who is not a Patreon who's watching this later, because I value you guys too. Like, I'll say it again, because I think that people might be like, oh, the Patreon. I value everyone if you're a Patreon or not, because I understand that some people can't afford to be Patreons. Like, I can't afford to give all the money that I want to give to people or places, so I perfectly understand that. Don't worry. No content will be exclusive. Well, video content. I think I give my Patreons exclusive hugs or something. I wrote that somewhere. Probably to keep my word. Anyway, I've been EnterElysium. If you like the video, please like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, etc. Blah, 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 blah. And there'll be another one of these in 2 weeks. Regardless of which release group you're in. Yes, these are every 2 weeks. So, the Patreons that submitted questions this time, feel free to submit questions again, the same way, for next time. And if you want to be a Patreon and ask the questions, then I think you just have to message me the question on Patreon. I think that's how I'm currently doing it. It may change. If it does, then let me know. No, I'll let you know. That's the one. Why would you let me know if I changed it? God damn it. Yes, it is actually fairly late and fairly dark, and I'm fairly tired. The fact it looks light is because I have lamps. 2 big lamps. Because otherwise the lighting in here sucks. I think it's a north-facing room. Yes, it is. Anyway, I've been EnterElysium. Thank you very much for watching. Stay shiny!